Alright, so off to a wedding today at the one and only Villa Botanica, which is located in Airlie Beach. Beautiful private property. We've had the honor of photographing many weddings here, and we've seen it through many different seasons. And I want to take you guys along just for a quick photographer's perspective of the venue. You see all these beautiful photos and maybe videos online, but I want to show you the raw, the real, and how to get the best out of the venue. Obviously, from our perspective, every creative probably has their own way, but I'm going to show you the whole venue, places that we love photographing, great time to utilize specific areas, high and low tide, when you walk down the aisle, where's the best place to stand, all of that jazz. Again, this is just our kind of philosophy in getting the best value from the wedding day. If you guys are looking to getting married or you have booked Villa Botanica, it is a stunning place. Like today, September, incredible weather. It was 28 degrees outside, beautiful sunshine, pretty humid, so obviously being up at Airlie Beach, that's a massive consideration. How you guys handle the heat is really important, because I'm sure you don't want to be sweating and feeling really uncomfortable on your wedding day. So dress to the weather, that's what I can say for sure. And especially as well, photographers or videographers, and you haven't worked there before, definitely pack a spare shirt, because you want to feel comfortable as well on the day. So we're about to head to the gate. It is a gated complex, so hold still and I'll take you for a journey. Alright, so first stop, just parked up at Villa Botanica, and I am in the cactarium. Cactuses everywhere. Now, this doesn't really get utilized or anything for ceremony or reception, but it's a cool spot for obviously guests to come and have a look around. There's really amazing species here of cactuses. A lot of times, if it's really sunny like it is today, and probably most commonly all the time up here, I'll come up here with the bridal party just to get a little bit of space between the guests and the bridal party, chuck some music on. We'll generally set up here. You can kind of photograph here at any time throughout a day because it's in direct shade. So I do a lot of bridal party stuff here, spend a few minutes. It's a really nice little diverse location here, the cactarium. Now as we come out this way, we'll walk over and I'll take you guys into the rainforest. So diversity is key here. So with the rainforest, again, not fighting light. As you can see, it's a bright sunny day, and most commonly always is probably up here in Airlie Beach in the Whitsundays. So coming through here is the rainforest area, and it actually goes further and further. You can see the light already on me there. Direct shade, we've got a punch of light coming off the concrete. Again, really cool spot. That's not far away. It's 10 meters from the cactarium and the ceremony spot. And it just keeps going and going and going and going. One thing I am cautious of though here is snakes. I haven't seen one yet, but you've got to be cautious, especially if you haven't been here before. It is September, so not summer just as yet. So I'm not too concerned. But I generally don't go too deep into the forest up here. It's really nice for bridal party or for any couples that don't really want to go down on the rocks on sunset. So again, really nice lighting, as you can see here. I'm out of breath. And then keeps on going and keeps on going. So really diverse. I'll take you guys back down. So we'll head back down to where the ceremony generally is set up. Now you'd have to speak to the venue and figure out if there's any other options if you're not electing for the normal setup spot. This venue, although quite big, I feel like the really nice number is anywhere from 2 people to maybe 60. It's not to say it probably can't handle more, but for the ceremony spot it's a little limited. But it doesn't mean guests can't stand up and make their way around. Reception, there's plenty of room. So just double check with the venue staff how many actual guests you can have. But I'll spin you guys around as we walk down. So as we walk down here, through here is the reception. Getting ready location for the bride or groom, whoever. There's hair and makeup rooms upstairs, and we'll come down through this way down into the ceremony spot. So really nice entrance here. The cool thing is, if you're a bride getting married, you've got all your guests seated. They can't see you, so you're not worried too much about being seen, because they'll all be down here facing the other way. You can even come right down here, maybe grab a drink, chill out before you walk down the aisle, which I'll show you guys what that looks like from here. Now, just before I get into this, a nice thing about a long aisle, as every photographer and videographer will know, it gives you ample time not only to soak it in, but to be photographed, right? For us, space is key. Like I said, a long aisle means more photos, more opportunity, more feelings, more moments, less interruption. Really tricky thing to have on your wedding day is a short aisle. It doesn't mean it can't be photographed at all, but this is just a pro. This is such a beautiful benefit. A photographer can be maybe hidden over into this bush here. They can get whoever's walking down the aisle here and the reaction from the other person up this way. For me, I like just setting up just behind the guests, crouching down here. So I'm not intruding in the guests. If they're standing and there's guests that are standing or seated, I'm not intruding. I'm not obscuring the view of the bride or groom, whoever's walking down that aisle, to the other persons. That's something that I always try and avoid on a wedding day, is being in the way. It's just key not to. So spinning around here, you can see some seating, but like I said, there's ample space off to the side and behind. And then we come over to a little gazebo area where generally the couple will be married through, and just in front of it, there's ample room here for bridal party. And again, more seats here. But yeah, also over here, like I said, really nice chill out spot. After the ceremony, generally the couple, obviously they'll walk back down the aisle. So I'm actually going to show you the flow of how that generally will look. So they'll walk back down the aisle. Again, we're going to a huge benefit here because it's a long walk. And so the photographer or videographer has ample time to either get out of the way or get the shot. They'll pause through here, have a beautiful drink, chill out. Again, all the guests are still seated down there. They'll be ushered off just to the right, their right, and they get to mingle and hang out right there. They're not getting ushered away. And the couple can come down here, and it's actually really cool down here. I don't know. I mean, this is a bar area, but it's really shady. They can catch their breath, like I probably need to, and move on to the next part. When they're ready, they'll be welcomed back to their guest, which will be all waiting for them through here. So as they walk through, all their guests will be mingling. Sometimes there's like games here, canapes, drinks, all of that. And as you can see, just over here is the ceremony set up. So that's how close the vicinity is of canapes here, of ceremony and hanging out. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it's always quite sunny up here that I've worked out over the years of coming here, which is great because it gives diversity. You can get high-key and low-key photos. When it gets to group and family photos, there's always ample amount of shade when you need it. So my suggestion from a photographer's perspective would be almost forget about the backdrop, although it's really, really nice. Forget about it for group photos, because what you want to see are people looking really nice. And the way to do that is generally having people in shade. So if you're a couple, you probably don't have to worry about this, but if you're a photographer and you haven't been here before, just hold off doing the group photo straight away until you get that shade that's available. And then come through here. Today's wedding, as you know, every wedding is unique and different, but today's wedding they got, I'm pretty sure it's called Mr. Sax, so saxophonist, solo artist, which always 100% brings the vibes. So instead of going from here to reception, which is obviously the normal flow, I'm actually going to take you guys down, photographer's perspective, to a really cool sunset location, which is, they call it the Rocks. You'll get why they call it the Rocks. Again, being pretty wary where I'm standing. But we'll come down here. You know, again, when you're working out your run sheets or speaking with your creatives, just ask them the time that they would like you to be photographed, the best lighting available on the day. For example, if sunset is scheduled at 6 p.m, we personally would suggest having no formalities between about 5:15, 5:30 to about 6:15. Down here, although you don't get sunset, you get quality of light. And that's across the board at all venues. You get quality of light when it comes down to sunset. So if you guys value photography and you really want the highest quality, lighting is paramount. So I'm gonna flip yous around and show you, oh, that scared me, beyond the spider web in front of me. So obviously the tides come up and down. Here, right now it's super, super high tide. I haven't actually seen it this high ever before. So again, photographer's tip, bring flats. If you've only got heels and you want to come down on the rocks, be efficient at wearing heels, or bring some flats, or just kick them off. Kick them off, go for a wander. Now, right over here is where I believe is such a beautiful spot. You're not far away from your family and friends. You can actually see the reception up there, and you've got the Whitsundays behind you. Like, that is super stunning. But each couple are different. So you gotta work out what you value, where you like about the venue. There are hidden gems everywhere. There's even a beach, which you've got to take a car to. For us, the rocks give diversity, gives that, you know, diversity between sand, coral, rocks, water, etc. So let's head back up again, photographer's perspective. I'm going to take you guys to the reception. So I think there's a few options here. Reception, you can either go on the veranda, I think they may call it, or you can head up to the sea deck. Now, my advice, if possible, would be to go the sea deck. It's so stunning. If you're coming this whole way up here or down here, or you're from here, one of the coolest spots is the sea deck. The lighting is great. There's no flicker in the lights. Ample amount of space for creatives to move around freely, and just stunning. Your guests will be absolutely blown away. So let's go for a wander up here. Also, if you've been here before, you'll know that in the male toilets, there's TVs. People seem to love it. People hang out there. I know it sounds weird. All right, so this is one entry, the back way to the reception. We'll actually pass through the dance floor first, so I'll show you guys that. Actually, let's duck out this way. This is the official way to actually enter into the reception, which is a little different. All right, now this is the official entry, which is pretty cool. I mean, super unique. Straight into the dance floor. This dance floor in here. Brian, the resident DJ, knows everything to do with the lighting and the sound system here. Absolute legend when it comes to helping answer any questions. So yeah, he's such a good help here. So this is the veranda deck. This is where some people elect to have their reception set up. They have tables here, round tables, I don't know, square tables, whatever tables. Yeah, and so as I mentioned, my advice, if possible, would be to utilize the sea deck, and you'll see why. Obviously it's daytime now, so you won't get to see the lights, but we'll come through here. This is also an area where they sometimes do cake cutting and stuff. You know, for us, cake cutting is such a small amount of a wedding, so Unless it's really important to you, just keep it logistically easy. So this is the sea deck, and this is stunning. Like this up here at night time is just on another level. The lighting is beautiful. The actual way today's couple have set up the reception with this long running tables for us is the ultimate way to get the most value out of photography and videography. And the reason being, let's say mum's sitting here and dad's either across or beside him. Let's say mum and dad are sitting next to each other. The photographer has ample amount of space to move in and out, left and right, to get action and reaction. Some of the hardest tables to photograph, if you want candid moments, are round tables or where people are sitting opposite each other. For example, if mum is on this chair and dad is on that chair. It doesn't mean it can't be photographed. I guess just my whole vision would be always long tables, running long tables. The least amount of tables you can have, the better. Meaning everyone's just there together, seated, enjoying conversation. The photographer can move around, see where the lighting is, see what's happening, document those moments, because those moments don't just keep happening, right? The split-second moments on a wedding day. So to just recap here, photographer's perspective. My number one tips here are obviously, like every wedding, it's your wedding, your way. You can do whatever you like. You know, speak to the coordinators. They know the venue really well. Optimize light at this venue, right? Although you might think it doesn't get sunset, it gets quality light. Simplicity is key. As you can see, for some, this table is really simple, but it's key in getting beautiful photographs. Create a run sheet that fits how you want to be on your wedding day. If you don't want a formality-driven run sheet, don't have one. Think about the weather and how hot it can be up here, especially for elderly guests, or if you're not used to it and you're coming up from South Australia or something like that, it can get really humid and really hot. Getting ready on site, I won't show you that. It's a really stunning room, air-conned, beautiful lighting. I'm about to go on there and start photographing. So photographer's perspective, really unique venue. It's one and the only one I've actually been to in Australia that has this vibe. So yeah, top pick from me.